Hello everyone! Welcome to The Analytical Minds, a channel for discussing business cases through prescriptive and predictive analytics. Today, we will talk about the auto assembly case, wherein we will be formulating a linear programming model to determine the needed data and learn how to interpret the numbers and charts presented in the screen. Without further ado, let's get to the problem. Automobile Alliance, a large mobile manufacturing company, organizes the vehicles it manufactures into three families: a family of trucks, a family of small cars, and a family of mid-sized and luxury cars. One plant outside Detroit, Michigan assembles two models from the family of mid-sized and luxury cars. The first model, the family Thrill Seeker, is a four-door sedan with vinyl seats, plastic interior, standard features, and excellent gas mileage. It is marketed as a smart buy for middle-class families with tight budgets, and each family Thrill Seeker sold generates a modest profit of $3,600 for the company. The second model, the Classy Cruiser, is a two-door luxury sedan with leather seats, wooden interior, custom features, and navigational capabilities. It is marketed as a privilege of affluence for upper-middle-class families, and each Classy Cruiser sold generates a healthy profit of about $5,400 for the company. Rachel Rosenkrantz, the manager of the assembly plant, is currently deciding the production schedule for the next month. Specifically, she must decide how many family Thrill Seekers and how many Classy Cruisers to assemble in the plant to maximize the profit for the company. She knows that the plant possesses a capacity of 48,000 labor hours during the month. She also knows that it takes 6 labor hours to assemble one family Thrill Seeker and 10.5 labor hours to assemble one Classy Cruiser. Because the plant is simply an assembly plant, the parts required to assemble the two models are not produced at the plant. Instead, they are shipped from other plants around the Michigan area to the assembly plant. For example, tires, steering wheels, windows, seats, and doors all arrive from various supplier plants. For the next month, Rachel knows that she will only be able to obtain 20,000 doors from the door supplier. A recent labor strike forced the shutdown of a particular supplier plant for several days, and the plant will not be able to meet its production schedule for the next month. Both the family Thrill Seeker and the Classy Cruiser use the same door parts, with 4 needed for the family Thrill Seeker and 2 for the Classy Cruiser. In addition, a recent company forecasts the monthly demands for different automobile models, and they suggest that the demand for the Classy Cruiser is limited to 3,500 cars. There is no limit on the demand of the family Thrill Seeker within the capacity limits of the assembly plant. Let's move on and look at what we need to do. First, we need to solve for the linear programming model to determine the number of family Thrill Seekers and the Classy Cruisers to be assembled. To do this, we need to make an algebraic model, graphical model, and spreadsheet model. To solve for the algebraic model, we need to first find and look at the given items and make a representation for each of the given items. So let X be the quantity of family Thrill Seekers, let Y be the quantity of Classy Cruisers, and let Z be the profit. While the objective function to find the profit would be equated as Z equals 3,600X plus 5,400Y, as you need to multiply the profit of each car to the quantity that will be sold. On the other hand, the constraints given are equated as 4X plus 2Y, which is less than or equal to 20,000, as the problem mentions how the quantity of doors that they can obtain is at most 20,000. In addition, another constraint that we have equates the hours of creating a type of car multiplied by the quantity of cars produced to the plant capacity, as the company can only have a maximum of 48,000 labor hours, thus creating an equation of 6x plus 10.5y, which is less than or equal to 48,000. Additionally, the last constraint centers on the maximum number of Classy Cruiser cars that the company should make according to the monthly demand or forecast, thus getting the equation y is less than or equal to 3,500, as there should only be a maximum of 3,500 Classy Cruisers to meet the demand. After listing all this, we need to continue by finding the optimal solution to find the quantity of family Thrill Seekers and Classy Cruisers to be produced. Through the use of Desmos, a graphical app, one is able to determine that the optimal number to be assembled would be 3,800 for the family Thrill Seekers and 2,400 for the Classy Cruisers, as the intersection of the graphical model's lines are on the vertices x equals 3,800 and y equals 2,400. On the other hand, if you want to make an Excel sheet or a spreadsheet model, you need to open Microsoft Excel and make sure that you have the Data Solver app. After that, make two classifications. First, the family thrill seekers, and beside it, the classy cruiser. Below it, you need to put the profit, labor hours, doors needed, and the sales forecast. For the profit, you can put 3,600 and 5,400 for the respective profits per car. Next, for the labor hours, you need to put 6 and 10.5. For the doors, you need to put 4 and 2. After that, put 3,500 in the sales forecast for the classy cruiser because that's the maximum amount that they're supposed to sell. After putting all that, you need to put the cars produced or the units produced, which you're going to be plotting in the solver later to find the number of cars each that you need to make. After that, put the available hours or the resources used, which is 48,000 for the labor hours maximum and 20,000 for the doors you need to make. After that, you need to input the constraints or the maximum resources you can use. 48,000 for the labor hours and 20,000 again for the doors needed. But also remember, the demand is only 3,500. After putting it in Data Solver, you will find that 3,800 family thrill seekers should be made and 2,400 classy cruisers should be made. Now that we have solved the first question, let's move on to the next one, where Rachel needs to start making more management decisions. Letter B. The marketing department knows that it can pursue a targeted $500,000 advertising campaign that will raise the demand for the classy cruisers by 20%. Should the campaign be undertaken? Although this problem may look difficult at the start, it is actually quite simple. All you need to do is take the spreadsheet data from the previous question and change it a little bit. First, you need to change the constraints for the sales forecast or demand of the classy cruisers. Then, get the 3,500 value and change it to 4,200, as you need to add the 20% demand increase from the advertising campaign. After this, you need to erase the values of the total profit cell and the number of cars or units of the family thrill seekers and classy cruisers to be solved. Now that you have blank cells for the quantity and profit, all you need to do is input the values needed for solver. Put the profit at the first blank and put it at maximum. And highlight the quantity of cars at the second blank. After this, input the constraints. So there are constraints written there, you just need to write it or highlight it and put it in solver. Then after putting all these constraints, press solve. Now that you may ask us what we need to do, then let's see what we need. Well, all you need to do is take the profit and subtract it from the 500,000 advertising campaign cost to it. Then you will get the amount of $26,140,000. After that, you need to compare it with the question 1 or letter A's profit. Because the current profit that the advertising campaign now has is less than the previous question's profit of $26,640,000, we can then determine that the campaign should not be undertaken, as it would increase costs and decrease overall profit. Moving on from the previous question, let's now tackle the issue in letter C. Rachel knows that she can increase next month's plant capacity by using overtime labor. She can also increase the plant's labor hour capacity by 25%. With the new assembly plant capacity, how many family thrill seekers and how many classy cruisers should be assembled? Interesting enough, this problem is also similar to the previous problem. The only difference is that we need to change the labor hours instead of the profits or the advertising campaign. So we just need to look at the solution of letter A and change it a little. First, you need to change the constraints for labor hours and increase it by 25%. To change this, you need to change the cell with the amount of 48,000 to 60,000. You can get the 60,000 by writing = 48,000 times 1.25. Now that you have the 60,000 labor hours, you just need to once again erase the values on the quantity and profit cells. Then, input all the needed details in the data solver by putting profit at the first blank, pressing maximum, and highlighting the quantity of cars at the second blank. After this, input the constraints. Then after putting all of the constraints, remember to press solve. After this, you will find out that you need to make 3,250 family thrill seekers and 3,500 classy cruisers. After finding the answers of letter A, B, and C, let's move on to letter D. Rachel knows that overtime labor does not come without extra costs. What is the maximum amount she should be willing to pay for all overtime labor beyond the cost of this labor at regular time rates? So express your answer as a lump sum. All you need to do is use logic for this. So with overtime, the company earns a profit of 30,600,000. But without overtime, the company earns a profit of 26,640,000. We got this from the previous questions, by the way. So if you want to find the value, look at the previous questions. Since overtime comes with a price, Rachel should be willing to pay at most the difference in these two profits. So you're going to take the profit of the previous questions and subtract it to get the overtime cost. So at most, you will be getting a lump sum of 3,960,000, which is the answer for letter D. The next question is now more complicated than the previous question, as it requires more understanding to solve. Letter E. Rachel explores the option of using both the targeted advertising campaign and overtime labor hours. The advertising campaign raises the demand for the classy cruisers by 20%, and the overtime labor increases the plant's labor hours by 25%. How many family thrill seekers and how many classy cruisers should be assembled using the advertising campaign and overtime labor hours if the profit from each classy cruiser sold continues to be 50% more than each family thrill seeker sold? So the solution to this question now requires us to merge the ideas that we got from letter B and letter C. Because of this, let's use the spreadsheet from letter B and change some of the given blanks. Now that Rachel uses both the advertising and overtime labor hours, we can then maximize the profit subject to the constraints. Letter A, less than or equal to 60,000 for the number of labor hours, and letter B, less than or equal to 4,200 for the sales forecast or demand of classy cruisers from the advertising campaign. After that, all you need to do is erase the quantity data and profits in the cells and start finding new numbers for the family thrill seekers and classy cruisers that the company needs to make. Once again, open Data Solver, input the profit cell at the first blank, then press the Maximize button. After that, input the two cells for the quantity for the family thrill seekers and classy cruisers to be produced. Then input the new constraints that I mentioned just a while ago by highlighting them and pressing Solve. In the end, you will be finding out that there are 3,000 family thrill seekers and 4,000 classy cruisers that should be made. In addition, you could also find that the profit would be $32,400,000. Just a note, you may have noticed that we neglected the $500,000 cost here as we didn't subtract the $500,000 to the profit solved by Data Solver. If you're wondering why it was made to be that way, it's because we neglected the cost of implementation in this question as it was not required or stated by the number 5 or letter E. Since this is the fifth question, we'll be answering that part at the sixth one. Letter F or number 6 is a question that doesn't need a spreadsheet. All you need to do is think and analyze the questions from letter A to E and make a decision. So let me read letter F. Knowing that the advertising campaign costs $500,000 and the maximum usage of overtime labor hours costs 1,600,000 beyond regular time rates is the solution found in part E a wise decision compared to the solution found in part A. So let's compare these two and try to figure out which one's more feasible or what's more beneficial to the company. We must now subtract the costs of the advertising campaign, which is $500,000, and the overtime labor, which is $1,600,000, from the profit in letter E. This results in a profit of $30,300,000. If Rachel uses neither the campaign nor overtime labor, the profit will be $26,640,000. If Rachel uses just the campaign, the profit will be $26,140,000. If Rachel just uses the overtime labor, the profit will be $29 million. Thus, Rachel should choose to use the advertising campaign and the overtime labor. Letter G. Automobile Alliance has determined that dealerships are actually heavily discounting the price of family thrill seekers to move them off the lot. Because of a profit-sharing agreement with its dealers, the company is not making a profit of $3,600, but instead making a profit of $2,800 for the family thrill seekers. Determine the number of family thrill seekers and the number of classy cruisers that should be assembled given this new discounted profit. So here, you just need to replace one value. Just need to copy and paste the exact same thing from letter A and change the value from 3,600 to 2,800 for the family thrill seekers. After that, you just need to input it in Data Solver with the exact same steps that we did a while ago. You will then get the units produced. So you need 1,875 family thrill seekers and 3,500 classy cruisers. In case you just want to know the total profit is $24,150,000. Looking at letter H, we would figure out that it's quite similar to letter G, wherein you just need to change one value, particularly the labor hours, to get the answers. But for the sake of having context, I'll be reading letter H for you to understand the question. The company has discovered quality problems with the family thrill seeker by randomly testing thrill seekers at the end of the assembly line. Inspectors have discovered that in over 60% of the cases, 2 of the 4 doors on a thrill seeker do not seal properly. Because the percentage of defective thrill seekers determined by random testing is so high, the floor foreman has decided to perform quality control tests on every thrill seeker at the end of the line. Because of the added tests, the time it takes to assemble one family thrill seeker has increased from 6 hours to 7.5 hours. Determine the number of units of each model that should be assembled given the new assembly time for family thrill seekers. How will we solve for letter H? First, get the spreadsheet, letter A, copy it, and make another spreadsheet. After that, just change the labor hours from 6 to 7.5. After that, input everything in Data Solver, like how you inputted it in the previous questions, and you would get the answers. 1,500 family thrill seekers and 3,500 classy cruisers. In the end, the total profit would be $24,300,000 for this specific question. Next up, we have letter I. The Board of Directors of Automobile Alliance wishes to capture a larger share of the luxury sedan market, and therefore would like to meet the full demand for classy cruisers. They ask Rachel to determine by how much the profit of her assembly plant would decrease as compared to the profit found in Part A. They then ask her to meet the full demand for classy cruisers if the decrease in profit is not more than $2 million. Basically, in this solution, you just need to copy the spreadsheet of letter A and rename it to letter I. After that, just change the part in the resources used forecast to 3,500, like what you did before, and go to Data Solver. Input everything like how you inputted it before, and you will get the answers. So the answers for the units produced for family thrill seekers is 1,875 and 3,500 for the classy cruisers. The total profit will be $25,650,000. Now the profit found in letter A was $26,640,000, and when we subtract the new profit to this, we get a difference of $990,000. This difference is less than the $2 million requirement, so Rachel should meet the full demand of the classy cruisers. Lastly, we have letter J. Rachel now makes her final decision by combining all the new considerations described in parts F, G, and H. What are her final decisions on whether to undertake the advertising campaign, whether to use overtime labor, the number of family thrill seekers to assemble, and the number of classy cruisers to assemble? Letter J, Part 1. Rachel now considers whether or not to use advertising and/or overtime labor, given that the dealerships are heavily discounting the price of the family thrill seekers to move them off the lot, and that quality problems have been discovered. Thus, the company is making only a 2,800 profit on each family thrill seeker, and it takes 7.5 labor hours to assemble a family thrill seeker. Thus, we have 4 options to consider. The first option, without advertising or using overtime labor, we should maximize profit by making it 2,800 for the family thrill seekers and 5,400 for the classy cruiser. To solve for this, you need to get the spreadsheet of letter G and copy it. After that, change the labor hours from 6 to 7.5. Next, go to Solver. Input everything in Solver, just like you've done in the previous processes. Then, you will get the 1,500 number of cars for family thrill seekers and 3,500 for classy cruisers. The total profit that you will see here is $23,100,000. Next up, you have letter J, Part 2. To do this, all you need to do is copy letter J part 1 and get another Excel spreadsheet. After that, change the maximum resources from 48,000 to 60,000. After doing this, go to units produced and total profit. Then erase whatever you see there. After that, go to Solver. Input everything that you need to input just like you've done in the previous cells. After that, press Solve. Doing this, you should be getting 3,100 family thrill seekers and 3,500 classic cruisers. In the end, the total profit should be $25,980,000. Letter J Part 3. All you need to do is copy letter J Part 1 and get to the sales forecast or demand part. Change 3,500 into 4,200 and then go to Solver. Input everything that's needed, just like what we've done in the past few questions, and you will get the answer 520 family thrill seekers and 4,200 classic cruisers. For the total profit, you will get 23,636,000. Lastly, letter J Part 4. To do this last part, all you need to do is copy the spreadsheet of letter J Part 2 and then make a separate Excel spreadsheet. After that, just change the demand from 3,500 to 4,200 again. Erase the units produced, erase the total profit, go to Solver, input the parts needed just like what we've done in the past few questions, and you will get 2,120 family thrill seekers, 4,200 classic cruisers, and $26,516,000 for the total profit. Now that we have the 4 parts of letter J, we can finally compare all of them and find the best answer. Thus, we conclude that Rachel should both advertise and use overtime in this case, and should have 2,120 family thrill seekers and 4,200 classic cruisers assembled for a maximum profit of $26,516,000. Thank you so much guys for watching this short video, and I hope you like it. See you soon!